Hey closet pickers, welcome back to Guitar Closet. My name's Terry, that's Bruce. Today we're going to talk about two very interesting guitars, and you can actually say one of them is a one of a kind. Let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome back to Guitar Closet. We're going to talk about a couple of my guitars that I use. They're my go-tos for performing live. I've had a lot of people ask me what they are, and because as you can see, this is not your traditional looking acoustic guitar. This is a Gibson Chet Atkins, and this guitar it's like a no-brainer for me. It's so easy to use, and a lot of the traditional guys would probably not like it as much, but to me, I don't have to think about it. When I hook this into a large PA system, when you've got drums and you've got bass and you've got everything happening around you, I can plug this in and I know it's going to sound the same every time I plug it in. I'm not going to get feedback. I'm not going to have to deal with any of those things. And I can turn it up as loud as I need to go. And the tone is very realistic for an acoustic. Now I have it plugged into an amp because if I just play it right now, you know, it's a good bedroom level, you know what I mean? But just listen to this. I mean, Gibson got this one right. There's a few different models of this. This particular one was one of the first that came out because it has that simulated hole in there, and I believe this is around a 1989 model. Now if you look, that's like a solid body guitar. It's, you know, she's solid, you know, and there's a preamp. The preamp is back here, and it takes a 9-volt battery, and one thing about that, there's no warning with that. When that decides to go bad, when the battery decides to die, you've got about 30 seconds before you need to change it, otherwise the guitar is just off. But it's real simply set up. Here is your volume, needs a little cleaning, and then here's your tones. This outer one is meant for your treble, and the outer one is your bass roll off. Sorry, I meant to say your inner one rather. So very simple setup wise. And again, this thing is constructed so well. It's been in all sorts of temperature climates, and I can pick it up and it's going to be in tune, and you know, I get it adjusted, you know, when I feel that it needs it, if it's playing a little rough or whatever. But for the most part, this is a workhorse. These are, if you can find them, they don't make them anymore, but this particular guitar you can probably find anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 depending on the condition. And I mean, you can see that this is kind of, it's loved, you know, it's loved. It's not a museum piece, but I don't look at my instruments that way because they're tools. It's like a carpenter with his hammer. It's the same thing. These are our tools. This is how I make my living. So you respect it, you treat it good, but you still use it, you know. So with that being said, I'm going to finish up with this one, and then I've got a really special treat with this dreadnought behind me, and it is a one of a kind. Let's get to it. All right, welcome back, guys. This guitar, my cousin built this for me and gave this to me as my 50th birthday present, and I could not have been happier or proud to own this instrument. If you knew my cousin, he, you heard the whole thing about being a jack of all trades, master of none. He's half of that. He is a jack of all trades, but he's a master of everything that he touches. There's nothing that this guy can't do. He just amazes me every time. So he built this guitar, I mean, completely from scratch, not a kit at all. So extremely, a lot of work hours put into this. And what he's done is the top here, I don't know if you can see, is bear claw spruce. Very cool. You can see it looks like it's got claw marks in it. I'll try to get that for the camera. And the back and sides are flame maple with koa bindings. I mean, the craftsmanship is just, I'd put this up against any Martin, any Taylor, any boutique guitar. It's just, it reminds me of it's kind of modeled after like what a D28 would be. The sound is huge, and I use this, I do a solo thing in a wine bar, and it's very intimate. And this guitar, I probably wouldn't even have to plug it in. It would carry through the whole place. I mean, it's just, it's got a beautiful ring to it. It's got nice bell tones. The low end is solid, nice solid mids and crisp highs. So I use this in a situation like that because, as I was saying before with the Chet Atkins, I don't have to worry about feedback. If I took this on a bigger stage and again with a full band and really loud and everything, it would, I'd have to sound check. It's doable, don't get me wrong, you can do it. But it would take an extensive sound check, and you want to make sure it's right so it doesn't feedback. But I use this, it's just so, and I've got it plugged in. Now the pickup I have in here is an LR Baggs. It's an Anthem, and so it's got the transducer underneath here on the bridge, and then there's a mic actually in the guitar. And the amp that I'm using is an AER, and it's an acoustic 60, and very clean. Those amps are wonderful because they don't color the sound of the instrument. Now, before I plug this in, I didn't set the amp, so I don't know what the controls are at, but I mean, come on, you can't argue with that at all. Just beautiful sustain. If you like what you see, if you have questions about either one of these guitars, I'd love to answer your questions. Hit the subscribe button below. Bruce and I will be hanging out here, and we look forward to talking to you. Thanks for coming to Guitar Closet. We'll see you soon.